What's up, guys? No Nick and Silly Scaper here.
What's up?
We got the next one to show off from the new expansion here, and that's the Ramosaur Rider who goes with the Gruts. And he's specifically good with them because they have strong arm to help him disengage, and he has some abilities that help him when he runs up to new enemies. So, anyway, he's on a dinosaur, just like the old versions were when he got a leader.
Be more
Yep.
accurate.
The big head-butting dinosaur.
Yep.
He's got a fancy sword and some a little bit fancier clothes.
Yeah, just by the look of the guard, it's kind of like a rapier sorts. He's curved a little bit, but it's definitely different still. But he's also got a mustache. Everyone doesn't notice. He actually has a mustache.
There's that if you want to pause it. There we go. If you want to read without me. So Selic is this one's name, but it's common, so there's different ones, but that's what the lore one is talking about. So it says Selic clenches his fists slowly, deliberately. His eyes never leave his opponent on the far side of the ring. This is the fight of his life. If he lets his guard down for even a second, it could be his last. On Grut officers, status is not taught or inherited. It is not earned through time served, but must be won. Brutality and relentless aggression are prized above all else in orc soldiers. Those who embody these traits in battle, whose ferocity strikes fear into enemies and inspires their comrades, may vie for the chance to wear a rank of leadership. But first, they must pass one final trial, a tradition as old as war itself. They must best and ride a mount. The sun glints off the smooth rock-like dome of the dinosaur across from Selic. The beast paws, the dirt and postures in warning. Eyes narrowing as they lock onto the orc, Selic readies himself. He knows what could come next. With a guttural screech, the Ramosaur lowers its head and charges. Even in the age of machines, these beasts are feared. The thickest metal plating crumples under the crushing power of full-grown Ramosaur. Orc bones don't stand a chance at the last second. Just when it seems Selic's career will end before it begins, he dodges, sweeping his leg and landing a blow. It barely leaves a mark, but it's enough to knock the creature off balance. He seizes the moment, wrapping an arm around the Ramosaur's neck and swinging onto its back. Now he holds on with everything he has. So he kind of does a little swing around, sort of like Legolas in Lord of the Rings when he jumps on the horse.
There you go.
But no amount of bucking or thrashing will take this from him. He has earned his place in the Ramosaur cavalry. He has fought for the right to be called a rider. Perhaps one day his likeness will stand in bronze beside the champions of old. And here's what he looks like without a sword coming out, because the first one they made must have had that snap, because it's not made of the same.
I noticed that too. I was like, it's gone.
It's not made of the same material, so. Then, here's the front of his card. He's from Grut again. Full arc again. Those basic stats. So he's an Orc Hero champion, a wild one, which has some, not bonding, but some things that can go with the old stuff. A large 6, so large is always kind of nice.
Yep, some abilities won't work on him now.
7 move is nice, especially with strong arm. You can disengage and run 7, and the attack's 2, but if you use first assault 1, meaning you ran up to someone you weren't already next to, you get 3 attack, and maybe 4 if you get above them too. So with that speed, that attack, and 4 defense, even with only 3 life, 35 points when you're bonding with the other orcs is pretty nice. So the squad might be a lot, but you can get a few of them in, 2 or 3 of them in, plus some other hero. And Tuck Harrigan, he's a good assassin, and I think Kane on the Walker will be more worth it, even though he's a little expensive because he can shoot and smash. But then you got Headbutt for this guy. So if you're rolling attack die and you roll the same amount as shields, skulls and shields, you still do a wound to the enemy, but you also wound yourself. So that's what he does. We just talked about these not too long ago, but we didn't get to read the lore. So what do you think about that?
I think he looks good. I think he'll be interesting to play, and what's to say? I like his hat.
Yeah,
It looks like someone from that time period, like Victorian England again. Except this time he looks more like a soldier.
I think they'll get played often.
Yeah,
Mainly in contemporary, but even in all time, it seems like a pretty good army. Maybe a little expensive, but pretty good army. I'm planning on probably getting a few of them just because that might be the move to make for Gen Con, but there's a lot of things that just came out that could be good for next Gen Con. So,
yes.
all right. Well, see you guys in the next video.
Bye bye.